Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're bringing you from the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom line. This is Deluxe Class Wingfinger. And there he is still in the packaging, so let's take a look at that packaging. So very standard run-of-the-mill Kingdom packaging. There you see Wingfinger in his, I guess, pterodactyl mode. Not really sure the technical term for this dinosaur, but I'm going to be calling it a pterodactyl. So there he is in his pterodactyl mode. On the side, you get a very skinny and scrawny robot mode. He looks very much like a ninja. And he looks very cool. So there you see the artwork, not much. Product information on the bottom, you get more of the same on the top. On the side, you get your Kingdom artwork. My box got a little beat up during the shipping there, no problem. On the back, you do see some product shots. There's Wingfinger in his robot mode, and you see he breaks to pieces, and he converts in 14 steps to his pterodactyl dinosaur mode. And we'll also be showcasing tracks with the armed up version of Wingfinger there. So very, very cool. So let's get Wingfinger open and see what he's all about. All right, so here we have Wingfinger out of the packaging, and he's on the turntable. Give me a quick 360 view of this guy. We'll start off with his dyno mode here. And he's just sort of balancing on the flight stand now. It would have been nice if they actually included a little port to have him on the flight stand, as he is a flying dinosaur. So that would have been a nice feature, but as it is now, he's just sort of balancing on there. But anyways, you can see the detail of him going around. So let's get him off the turntable and let's get into his details. So in addition to his flight mode, you can also configure Wingfinger in an upright position, as we see here, and just a quick comparison with him and Paleotrex. So let's sort of scale with each other. And taking Paleotrex out, and let's take a closer look at Wingfinger's details. So there he is in a sort of upright position. So we'll take him out and taking a look. Let's put his arms down first of all. Let's get a close look at the head sculpt here. So very cool. Really like the variation of the colors on this figure. You get a sort of light cream paint for the most of the figure. Then you get sort of this yellow wash here. You get some almost light tan for the back of the head here. And going down the figure, there's a lot of color variation, which is very nice. Breaks up the figure a lot. You get some sort of almost yellow ochre here, and again more of that sort of cream color there, and again some more of that sort of darker tan, sort of yellowish paint there all over the figure. As you see down on the legs as well, some nice gradation going on there on the legs. So very cool. And on the back, that's how he looks from the back. And we've seen this sort of rib cage before from Paleotrex, but it is cool how it's black in the background. Some very nice contrast there between the dark black and the white bones there. So very cool. So turning around, just taking a look at the head sculpt again. His mouth is articulated, so you can open and close his mouth quite wide. Almost looks like reminds me of a pelican almost, the shape of this mouth. The inside of the mouth is painted with some nice glossy black paint, which is very nice. And the upper part is just sort of filled in again with that white plastic, but it can open and close, and it does sort of snap closed, which is very nice. I will say one thing about this, kind of straight out of the box, is a lot of loose. I know this, comes apart because it's a fossilizer, but a lot of these connections are very, very loose. So that's kind of one thing I noticed straight out of the box, is that it's very loose. So as far as articulation on this guy, his head, because it is on this port here, it can turn around. It can go up and down like that. You can open and close the mouth, as we just saw, and you get a nice range of detail, range of motion there. And also at the shoulders, you do have a joint there, and there is movement like that, because this will, become his robot legs in the robot mode. And then you have an elbow joint there, and then you have more joints and more hinges here for the arms and the hands. So quite a lot of movement for this guy. I'm not really going to go into all the articulation. You can pretty much tell how he poses here. In the bird mode, there is some movement on the legs there. And of course, because these are the hands, they do fold up and down like that. And you can also get some rotation on the feet there. So not a whole lot of, it's a little bit hard to balance here in this mode. I think he fares probably better in his flight mode. But let's get him back upright if we can. Yeah, like I say, it's a little bit tricky to balance, so I just want to do one more comparison here before we get him in his robot mode. And let's see here. I know Trax is around here somewhere, so just bring in Kingdom Trax for a robot mode comparison. There is Kingdom Trax. Again, if we can get Kingdom tracks to stand up too. There they are. So let's move the camera over. So there's a quick comparison between Wingfinger and Trax. And yeah, we'll get Wingfinger taken apart and have Trax all armored up. But first, let's take a look at Wingfinger in his robot mode. So as I mentioned in my intro, he does remind me of sort of a ninja. He's very tall and lean and very stealth looking, but very cool nonetheless. So let's take a look at his robot mode details. So first of all, let's take a look at the head sculpt. Let's get his arms out of the way a little bit. So there you do see the nice red maximal symbol on his forehead, and the head sculpt is really nice. I do wish the face was a little bit more, you could see a little bit more, like I wish this opened up just a little bit more to expose his face. But as it is, you can barely see some blue paint for the visor, and the rest is painted in black. And you see some nice sculpted work in through the chest, the sort of upper chest here. And going down the figure, you see a lot of sort of the inner workings or whatever. But just going down, you can tell exactly how he transformed into this mode. So very cool. And you do get a lot more articulation in this mode than the dinosaur mode. And I will say one thing, again, talking about those ports, this connection right here, this connection to this port is just really super loose. So it's really too bad because it comes off very easily. And kind of one thing I don't understand is why didn't they make this a full circle? As it is now, it's sort of a 3/4 peg. If they had made that a whole peg, this connection would have made a lot more sense. So as it is now, it's kind of a kind of half peg, so it really doesn't stay in that much. So, but anyways, there is Wingfinger in his robot mode, just going around. Now you can put his head on the back. There is a port on the back. You can just plug his head, or you can plug it on the, you can take it like this and sort of make it a, sort of like a shield almost for his arm there. So you can plug it on his arm like that. I kind of like it on the back. It just makes him look a little bit more streamlined. Again, there's that peg falling off. So I'll just put that back there. And pegging his torso back in because it falls off literally like, just by looking at it. And there he is, his weapons. So let's take out his weapons. And these will form a crossbow for, in the instructions, it does show Wheeljack holding these as a crossbow or a sort of bow and arrow. So they're just cast in that same sort of cream plastic. Not a whole lot as far as detail here. Let me just show you that real quick in the instructions. So here we have, let's see here. Here we have Wheeljack holding the bow and arrow, and we'll get to that mode in just a sec. And also we have Wheeljack all armored up. But interesting, on the back of the packaging, it does show track. So not really sure. I guess, you can armor anyone up you please. So just getting into the quick articulation. On his head, you do get a full 360. There's a little bit of up and down movement just because of the nature of the transformation. And you do get a little bit of side to side. So his head's somewhat expressive. You do get a hinge here for the shoulders. Again, God, I'm just going to leave that off. So you do get a hinge for the shoulders here, and you get full rotation at the shoulders. You do get a 90 degree at the elbow there. So you get an elbow joint there. And also for the wrist, you do get a full 360 at the wrist, and also they can fold down. So you do get some nice wrist articulation. So that's for the upper torso. And if the torso would stay on, speaking of, let me put that back. You do get some nice leg rotation. I mean, he can go all the way around for the leg. And there are joints there that you can go up and down. You can get some nice movement at the knee. Again, you can get a little bit more than 90 degree at the knee. You can get a forward bend as well. And then on the feet, you do get this joint here where you can rock up and down. And you get some nice articulation. Unfortunately, there's no ankle rocker joint. But you don't really need that for these figures so much. So anyways, let's get him. Let's do a quick comparison with him and Paleotrex in robot mode. Let's just get this guy configured. And again, yeah, if you even shake it a little bit, I still understand why they didn't use a full circle on that peg. That really doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, getting that back in there, and let's bring in Paleotrex for a robot mode comparison. So here is Paleotrex compared with Kingdom Wingfinger, and that's how they sort of scale together in robot mode. And of course, Wingfinger is very tall and skinny, and he's a lot taller than Paleotrex, but just a quick comparison there. So anyways, let's get Paleotrex taken down again, and we'll get him in some more of his weapon modes. All right, so here we have Wingfinger configured in his sort of bow and arrow mode, and you have Wheeljack holding it. And it's very nice because it does just fit right into Wheeljack's forearm port right there. So very cool. I really like this mode. It's a very cool look to have a sort of bow and arrow for this Wingfinger figure. So let's actually get some more Wingfinger weapons armed up with Kingdom Tracks. All right, so here we have Kingdom Tracks all armored up with Wingfinger, and he really looks awesome. I really like this figure. It's very fun. As like the other fossilizers, they're just fun to play with and take apart, put back together, almost like a puzzle. And you can armor up your figures with them, and they just really enhances the look. So yeah, this is really cool. I really like the look of this. I like the bow and arrow mode. I like this sort of axe with the head there, and sort of the back part that clips onto Tracks, the backpack of Tracks. So yeah, looking really cool. Really like this figure a lot. Don't really care about the robot mode so much. Really like the pterodactyl mode. And I just wish the ports were a little bit tighter, but that's nothing that can't be fixed. So anyways, yeah, this has been Matt in Japan. This is the video review for Kingdom Wingfinger. This is a very cool figure. And if you like those fossilizers and you like to arm up your figures, go ahead and pick them up. Really cool figure. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please like, comment, and subscribe.